Hello friends, welcome to this latest episode of 5 minutes, please, bus Panj Minute. And today, let's do a comparative study of elections in India and elections in Canada. I say comparative study because I have been witness to elections at different levels, both in India and in Canada. And I know for sure, though the process is the same, but there are a number of beauties in both the systems. In India, people's participation in election is much more defined and much more open and much more focused than in Canada. In Canada, lots of people take interest in elections, but this display of power, political power, popularity are not that common as we see in India when people come and file nominations, when people come and vote, when people come and hear the election results, voting results, counting of votes. There are very obvious differences. In Canada, it's all very, very quiet process. Though elections are elections. The purpose, the basic philosophy behind election is the same, to elect the popular leaders who will govern, say, a municipality or a provincial government or a federal government. In India, when the municipal elections are held, there's so much of din and noise, so much of excitement everywhere. You will see so much. Yes, elections have been announced, the municipal elections or panchayat elections, and candidates go. They have their own money, they do a lot of campaigning and they do door-to-door things, and they put up hoardings, they put up posters, they hold corner rallies and so much. And similarly, when provincial elections are held, they are much more expensive. Participation of people in provincial elections or assembly elections goes much higher than the municipal elections. Parties are in the news. A lot is said and written about parties. Then there is a lot of mudslinging, character assassination, criticism, and also criticism of works not done, promises not kept by one party or the other, and things like this. And then the choice of candidates, their defections and other things. They're so common in India. And they make elections so unique. Every election is so unique in India. Same is the case with the Lok Sabha elections. We all are witnessing the fiercest of all elections which are going to take place in Punjab on 1st of June. Though in the rest of India, 4 phases of the elections are over and the remaining 3 are yet to be completed. But the enthusiasm we witness in India is what you miss in Canada. There's not much of that active public participation as we witness in India. You go there are no model code of conduct or things like this. People normally respect the mandate. When the elections are announced, they won't do anything which is not allowed by the election law. So they will not violate any of the rules. You have to follow the conditions, you have to follow the laws, you have to follow the instructions given to you. And for example, to get yourself registered as a voter is damn easy out there than it's here. You just check your name on the voter list. If it's not there, just give a proof of identity, say your driving license, or any other proof that signifies you are a resident of a particular riding or particular area, and you sent in a request, and your request is considered and action is taken and you are informed accordingly. And then before election, you get in mail all your voter details. And you are also told which polling station you have to go and what are the timings, and everything is sent to you. And you go on that day to a polling station. There's not much of security. You don't see police or paramilitary forces deployed in and around polling booths. You just walk to your polling station, show your letter from Elections Canada or Election Ontario or Election Toronto, and they will let you in, and you will be given a ballot paper, a big one. And it comes in a folder. So moment you decide to cast your vote in favor of one candidate or the other, you cast your vote, put the ballot paper back in the folder, and hand it back to the polling agent. He or she will feed it into the system. The folder will come out and the ballot paper will go in. So immediately the vote is registered on the computer. So it's a mix of an electronic voting machine as well as a physical ballot paper. And you keep on watching on the screen how many votes have been cast. Like my vote, say for example, is 350th. So it will show up 350th vote cast at this polling station. And then in the evening, after polling is over, the counting of votes starts. And then within hours, results are announced. Same is the pattern for provincial elections, and same is the case with federal elections. The niceties of the system are, if you are a voter, then you just go and vote. No hassles, no security concerns, no security arrangements, and electioneering, as in India, has to close. And then you can put up hoardings, placards outside your house, your business premises. You are supporter of one party or the other, but there are restrictions also. There are zones where you can't even put those placards or hoardings or any election material. So in case you do that, you violate municipal laws and you are challaned accordingly and you have to pay a fine. Similarly, rallies are held at common places, public places where people gather, and sometimes leaders come and speak, and sometimes it's door to door, sometimes it's campaigners knocking at doors. So party workers come and knock at your doors, and then you go and vote. Unlike India, there are very few malpractices witnessed in elections in Canada. Elections are quiet and like a dutiful experience, dutiful procedure is followed, and then the process is completed. But of late, the polling percentage in Canada has been going down quite a lot. For example, in last municipal elections, polling was around 30%. Provincial elections, it didn't cross even 40%. And federal elections, it didn't cross even 60%. That is one area of concern in Canada. Polling percentage has been coming down quite a bit, and same is the case in India. So people's disinterestedness in voting procedures is a cause of concern in almost all democracies, especially in India, especially in Canada. Everywhere you find political parties and even election offices worried about why people are turning away from this democratic process, this festival of democracy. So maybe some new thinking has to be done to keep people's interest in the electoral process. unless and until we do something revolutionary and bring back people to the polling stations, this system may ultimately have to be replaced. It has to be replaced because we have to ensure people's participation. And as of now, the participation has been on the decline. So I thought I will share these points with you because comparing two systems is very interesting, but problems facing both the systems are the same: lack of interest of the voters. So that's all for this episode. Next time, I'll come out with something interesting and different. Till then, goodbye. Stay happy, stay cool.